Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Infodumping with Friends. I am, of course, the second sister. It's been a while. We didn't have an episode 2 weeks ago because it was my partner's birthday and we decided to celebrate instead. But now we are back, and of course, I am not alone.
I
Why don't you introduce yourself, my friend?
Oh my god, I hate this part. Hello. Hello, my name is the virtual celebrity, but you can call me TVC. I am a cartoon reviewer, and that's all she wrote. I really hate introductions. It sends me back to primary school where the teacher is like, "And what did you do this summer?" Nothing. Leave me alone.
As someone who works in daycare, and I mainly work with preschoolers. I don't ask what the kids did this summer. They were mostly here during the summer, so. But
Oh
yeah,
god, God
basically
bless
I.
you.
But yeah, like, what did you do this weekend? Nothing. I just want to go
If
ahead and color.
if I had something interesting, trust me, I'd be yapping about it.
No problem. Yeah, but again, 2 weeks ago, I did not have an info dumping stream, but it was because my partner was celebrating their birthday. We decided to do an escape room, and then the following day, we just decided to just
Aw,
chill.
that's so sweet. That's so sweet.
Hmm. Anyways, as usual, commission information is on the screen. I can do a stream layout, like I can do stream layouts. I write, I voice act. Without any further ado, let's officially get started.
Nice.
Hello, people in the chat. First time here. Hello, Cinnamons. Never seen Miraculous, but my friends say it's AZZ. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. We're off to a great start.
Off to an amazing start.
Well, the thing with Miraculous is, and I believe all Miraculous fans will agree, is that nobody hates the show more than the fans.
Nobody hates the show more than the fans.
Because we'll be like, oh my god, I hate everything about this, but we will still religiously watch the show. So your friends telling you it's ass, it comes from a place of love.
Oh. It's what's that one term? The sunk cost fallacy. And that's
Yes,
basically this
yes.
fandom in a nutshell.
Yes, Star Wars fans have nothing on us. They're like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you have no idea what it feels like to know from jump, from season one. A lot of fans already knew this was gonna be bad, but we held on to the hope that it would be good, and we're still holding on by a hope and a prayer.
Yep. Holding on. And
But what's your favorite part of the show? Like, what is something that consistently keeps bringing you back?
I'm I actually don't watch the show. I wouldn't call myself a hater of it. I just know it exists. I know Christina V voices the main character. I almost called her
The
Christina
Queen.
Voice. Yes. She is a queen. She is a voice actress in one of my favorite video games. She is,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say, oh, you like her from like Hell of a Boss or something, because it's either Miraculous or Hell of a Boss. That's the two big things she does right now that people are like, oh my god, Christina.
Yeah, she plays Vera, the Gorgon in Monster Prom, and is one of the love interests
Oh,
in that original game. So, so that's where I mostly recognized her from. Either that or as Sailor Mars in the Viz dub of Sailor Moon.
Oh, damn. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know she's a very prominent voice actress, but because of Hell of a Boss and Miraculous, I don't know the other things that she's a part of. But from what I've heard, she's really good.
She she technically did a video as Sprigatito when she decided to do a parody of Despacito, just saying Sprigatito's name over and over again. That was adorable.
Oh yeah, she even did a cover of Frozen or Let It was it Let It Go or the one for Frozen 2? I can't remember which one, but she did a really good cover for it that people are obsessed with.
And you said it was Frozen 2?
Yeah, I think it was for I can't remember which song. I don't think it was Let It Go. Maybe it was Into the Unknown
Okay, it was Show
or
Yourself.
yes, that one, that one.
Uh, anyway, back to the actual subject before we keep raving about Christina V's incredible talent for the next hour.
Deserved.
So, what got you into Miraculous?
Oh my God. Okay, so this wow, it's been like 5 years, probably six now. I'm old. But I remember, well, what got me into the show or what got me into talking about the show on YouTube? Because those are two like completely different things.
Um, let's start with how you got into watching the show.
I believe it started airing on Nickelodeon and then jumped ship to Disney. But I believe it was just the premise of just, oh, it's these two superheroes, but also in their private lives, they have like a crush on each other, but they don't know. And I was like, okay, whatever madness is going on here, I am interested. And that's how I got into the show. And I remember watching episode one, which is a rarity where I'm from because in Africa, things do not air in order. So if you catch episode one when a show is happening, you are lucky. So when I got episode one, and here's the thing, I don't even think it was episode one now that I think about it, because the season one is a real cluster bag where the first episode is the last in the show. But regardless, I watched the one that was supposed to be canonically the first episode. Or should I say, not the first. Whichever one. Episode one on the 10 is the one I watched, and I was like, oh, this is very interesting. And I guess maybe by season two was when I said, oh god, you can theorize about this show. And back then in the community, no one's talking about Miraculous, and there are things to theorize. And that's how I started talking about the show on the channel, which was great because back then you could make one video on Miraculous and legitimately get 800,000 views. It was insane.
So, so season one, so like you said, season one in a nutshell. Um, I think the joke I sent you a gif. I think the joke only works if you know what seal is in French.
Oh, oh, that's adorable. Wait, what's seal in French?
I'm gonna type it to you because it sounds like a dirty word.
Oh no. I had to censor myself because I'm like, okay, I don't know the language reading on your channel because I curse like a sailor, but every time I have to collab with other people, I'm like, calm down, calm down. You don't know what other people's
I mean,
channel ratings are.
I mean, I also do cuss occasionally, but I try to censor myself for my audience. My RPG streams, when I do Dungeons and Dragons, when I did the Killing School campaign, no, there's no filter. There's no filter on those.
I guess that's why people like coming on my channel because it's like they can let loose. But then when I go on other people's channel, if I'm collabing, one of my friends said, "Oh my God, TVC, I had to censor out all your curses, and that was just half of their editing time on the video." And I felt so bad. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
I don't register it, and that's a problem.
Yes. So yeah, season one was a group of seals. Let's call it that. And
Yes.
again, if you know what seal in French is, then you can figure it out for yourself. I'm sorry. There. So Yeah, going back to the whole romance thing, it is the weirdest love square I have ever seen. Like, because the love square only consists of two people.
Yeah, but it's branched out into almost 18 different variations. Last I count. Because when I tell people 18 or something, they think I'm joking because the thing with the show is, okay, we have Adrian, Marinette, Ladybug, and Cat Noir. Good, perfect, mwah, chef's kiss. But then you have like Ladybug can fuse with other miraculouses. So literally, I think this was season 3 or something where this isn't Ladybug. Now it's Marinette. She was given one of the other miraculouses, like let's say the mouse miraculous, because there's I forgot, is it 12 or something? It follows the zodiac, so 12 or something like that. So now Marinette has the mouse miraculous and she's transformed. Oh boy, Marinette is now in the love square. Oh, Adrian got the snake miraculous for one episode. Oh, time to turn him in. And you have different variations of literally the same two characters crushing on each other, because if Marinette gets the miraculous, Adrian doesn't know Ladybug is Marinette, but he knows Marinette is Marinette. So he likes Marinette. It's literally insane how this show managed to take two people and have a ship that branches off into like a Pythagorean theorem around them. It's impressive.
Christina also did two of the movie songs. Oh, wow. Cool.
Christina, you get that bag, queen.
Yes. Yeah, like, so,
But
speaking as someone from outside the fandom, the romance is what I hear the most about. Just the
the
very
romance
complicated love
could
plot.
the romance could be better, but again, it's like the premise is so good that it really hurts the fandom when we see it more or less wasted, because season 2 was like peak. Everyone loves season 2 because it felt like, oh, things are going places. New characters are introduced, new heroes are introduced, and then season 3 is kind of like, oh, okay, things are weird. There's some really high highs and there's some really low lows. I hate season 4 with a burning passion, but some people call it the best season. They are delusional. Season 5 is really good because that's when things got course corrected, but it shouldn't have taken 5 seasons for two people to get together, and even as they're together they still don't know each other's identities. The thing that the fans want, what was promised to us on the tin, is not what's delivered. But again, it's just so enticing. I hate it. It's like catnip.
Oh, it it is. Ah, I actually try not to get into certain things because I know I'm gonna be addicted, and I know I'm gonna be. I'm also gonna fall for that sunk cost fallacy. Like speaking as someone who was into total drama for the longest time,
Oh,
I like I lost interest in I lost interest in the show like after the Redonkulous Race spinoff. But but even then, I still watched the show. I just never participated in the fandom anymore.
wait. After Redonkulous Race, isn't it when they went back to like preschool or something? Because yeah, Redonkulous Race was the last one I watched.
Redonkulous
Um,
Race was basically a parody of the Amazing Race, where teens of two competed while traveling all over the world. No, you're thinking of the daycare. You're thinking of the daycare spinoff. What's this? To-
Yeah, I didn't watch the daycare spin-off, but I watched Redonkulous Race. But I believe Redonkulous Race was the last one before this recent one. I think
it
a new
was,
season
yeah.
came out either this year or last year. So I watched Redonkulous Race.
I believe
I
it
really
was
liked
last
it.
year. Yeah,
Yeah,
Verdonkulous Race was good.
but then the daycare happened, and I was like, oh fuck, oh fudge, I'm not getting into this. And
Honestly, Total
then
Drama Rama was like, okay, good. We're back to having fun. We're back to actually having fun and not
the
caring
one
about
that aired
ruining
last year.
characters. I'm sorry.
No, I mean the one that aired last year, the recent one.
I have not watched that one yet.
I need to watch it. But then there's this other one. This is not like affiliated with Total Drama. It's like a YouTube thing, and apparently it's really good. It has its own fandom for whatever reason.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, I need to get into that one. So
Yes.
again, I understand how you said, okay, the sunk cost fallacy of when you get involved in something and then you just suddenly fall out of love with it because the people behind the wheel just don't seem to give a hoo ha. But I have faith that Miraculous will stick the landing. But right now they want to go all the way to 8, 9 seasons. They understand what a cash cow they have, and they want to see how far they can milk this. And it's like, okay, sis, wrap this up. It shouldn't have been this long to begin with.
Oh. Yeah, don't we just love.
Corporate greed.
Yeah. Ain't it the best? But we do live in a capitalistic society. Wait. I know I do, but do you?
We all live in a society in one way or another.
Fair enough. Um, let's see. Why don't you go into detail on some of the characters? I know you talked a lot about the main ship, but what about like who are they? Who exactly is Marinette? Who exactly is Adrian? Adrian.
Adrian.
That's Chat Noir's civilian name.
Yeah. Okay, so there are so many characters that sometimes I struggle to even keep them straight. And I even have people saying, "Oh my god, you forgot so and so. You're not a real fan." It's like, bro, the fact is that Marinette has given every single one of her classmates a miraculous. And I still find it ironic that they still haven't put two and two together. Like, okay, the two people in this class that haven't been given magical jewels. Huh, I wonder. But let's not go into that. We have Marinette, the main character, and we have Adrian, who I love with a burning passion. Now, the show heavily favors Marinette to a almost detriment because everything has to revolve around her. I don't know if you watch Steven Universe,
Mm-hmm.
but it also had this problem where everything had to happen through the lens of Steven. If Steven wasn't present, things wouldn't happen. Now, Miraculous, whereas fans like to argue is that okay, the name of the show is Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir, but Ladybug has been given the most amount of prominence. She has the most powers, but the show likes to pretend that oh, Marinette and Adrian are on the same level. They are not. And then you have these whole cast of characters like Marinette's friend, Adrian's friends, all these people who are involved in the day-to-day goings on. And then I don't know for anyone who's watching this who don't know, but the villain is Adrian's dad. Like the main villain is literally the dad of one of the heroes. But then the show has to bend over backwards
Okay,
because it's
that
like,
I did
oh
not
wait,
know. I did not know that that
how?
Adrian's dad was the main villain.
Okay, you said you didn't watch the show, so I'll give you a pass. But literally every human being who's watched this show who knows. But another funny thing is that literally the babies, because again, this show is literally for kids. You see kids going, "Oh my god, I didn't know Adrian's dad was the villain," and we're like, the model, it's 3D modeling. The models are the same, the hairstyles are the same, but. Whenever people find that out, they're like, oh shit. Now, with that context in mind, you think that, oh, Adrian's dad is the villain. This is like a fun dynamic. We get to see more things. Nope. The only time we have to explore that dynamic, something has to happen for Marinette to enter into Adrian's house. And in the first season, she was more of a stalker than a crush. So she'd have to break into Adrian's house for you to get a crumb of backstory with
Oh.
Adrian, who again is one of the main characters. We shouldn't have to jump through hoops just to get to know him. But then there's more icky things behind the scene. Well, you said this was Infodumping. The creator of the show wrote Marinette to be like his surrogate daughter between him and his then girlfriend or wife. But then they broke up. So that's just tragic. So now it feels like he's giving this fictional character all the love and attention that she wouldn't get from the woman who left him. Who, in all honesty, this is all just fiction, this is pretend. But the creator of the show has put so much of his real world life. He has inserted himself into the show as her dad, and even went so far as to literally insert himself as the creator of the show into the show.
Well, that
And when
makes
he
sense
did that,
considering he was also the creator of Totally Spies. Arguably one of the most fetishized shows ever
oh boy.
animated.
You know, I'd even give it a pass if he did that, like, oh, haha, but he inserted himself into the show and only interacted with Marinette. He didn't interact with Adrian. So it's kind of like, oh, the writing is on the wall that this man cares more about this character who he has admitted to adopting like his surrogate daughter, and Adrian was created to kind of just be her boyfriend. So there was never much development, I think, in his mind, or wherever something came up he'd be like, okay, but what if Marinette did this instead? So it kind of hurts the show in the long run. And yeah, like you said, there's nothing wrong with creators inserting themselves in the show, but we don't want another Powerpuff Girls situation. If you remember a while back, one of the writers made himself younger
Oh, you're talking
and
about
put
the
himself,
2016 show.
yeah, and then made Blossom, I think he was either he liked Blossom or made Blossom like him, and it's like, on paper I could see where you were going with this, but in execution, my guy, this is several layers of ick.
Yeah. I was about to say that kind of explains the trauma comment that DJ decided to that DJ gave in the Discord server. Reason Marinette is so crazy to get information on Adrian is actually rooted in trust-based trauma, not just haha girl be boy crazy.
Yeah, I think in season 5, the after 4 seasons of the fans pestering this show saying, okay, Marinette is creepy, why does she stalk Adrian, the show decided to create a reason as to why Marinette is the way that she is. And oh my god, it's because of Tawama. And this is not me making fun of it, but the show decided to have an episode where she had a panic attack, and I think a lot of YouTubers are making videos about this. It's like, oh, suddenly the cool hip thing that animation now to do is panic attacks, but people don't do it correctly. They decided to give Marinette a panic attack, but it just manifested, and they said, oh, the reason she had this panic attack was because a boy said he liked her, but oh no, he was lying. Turns out Chloe, one of the bullies, made the boy Kim confess to her. Now, if we rewind back to season 1, Marinette has had interactions with Kim and things have been perfectly fine. Marinette even interacts with Chloe and is perfectly fine. Suddenly, in this one episode, Marinette's trauma comes back just to serve the plot because Adrian confessed to her and she doesn't want to accept it. So the show created a reason why she didn't accept it. And we all know that the show is just padding out the runtime because they wanted Marinette and Adrian to get together at the literal last episode of season 5. So this panic attack was created so she wouldn't accept his feelings at that moment with these two characters that she has been shown to not give a shit about. So a lot of people who experienced panic attack felt so... it was just bad. It was bad all around.
So they only did that to continue the whole will they, won't they?
Yes, because by season 5, it was Adrian likes her, but then it was like, oh, no. Marinette needs time to adapt and accept his feelings. After we spent 4 seasons of this girl literally stalking this boy, breaking into his house 3 times, twice as Marinette, once as Ladybug, or maybe even twice as Ladybug, I forget. But now in season 5, she's the one that needs to adapt to the relationship. He's the one that's being pushy and clingy. And it's like the show is really trying to rewrite history. Trying to gaslight us, if you will.
A
And then the
double
creator will go out
standards.
and say that the fans are misogynistic, that we demand more of Adrian, that we have a female protagonist. Why won't we accept her? And we're like, I'm sorry if I like Adrian more. Again, I know I have my biases, but you can't come out and try and tell the fans, why don't we accept this female hero, that there's not that many shows with female leads and whatever. And I'm like, guy, it's 2024. A lot of animated cartoons have female leads. There's almost less male leads right now than there are female leads. I'm not saying that we should stop. There have been way more male leads historically, but right now we have Owl House, Amphibia, Star Versus, Haley's on it, just off the top of my head. So don't try and put Miraculous on this pedestal like us wanting Adrian to get some development is us wanting Marinette to suddenly fade into the ether. We just want you to be fair and stop being creepy.
Especially considering, like you said, the original name of the show had hers and his names
It's
in
it's
it.
it's called Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. But in other countries, like let's say I know some fans in Mexico say, "Oh, it's only called Miraculous Tales of Ladybug," and I think they do that because just to shorten the title, and it's easier. And I'm pretty sure the people watching the show will be like, "Who is this Cat Noir person? Get that name out of here." Because no duh, but the name of the show, if you watch the show, the title card has Ladybug and Cat Noir in it. So all these people coming at me saying Adrian isn't even a main character. Literally, the theme song is divided between the two of them. If he wasn't supposed to be there, they wouldn't put him there. And I think the show is just putting him there because, oh, let's just get some of those young women who like boys. But no, it's a psyop. The girl is the main character. But it's like, why can't we have both? It could have been a really
Yes,
nice
porque no los
duo.
dos.
I hate vehemently the idea of to prop women up, we must push men down. And it's like, no, that's not what we want. We want equality, not what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, I mean,
Supremacy.
like if you like market it, like some people are probably my, ah, darn it. I keep thinking of sentences and then I lose them as I say them.
Oh, that's fine.
Some people, okay. Again, I haven't seen this myself, but it feels like they think that people in other countries adding Cat Noir's name to the title is a way to get past some censors in some countries where they technically won't allow a female lead. But honestly, yeah, there are some repressive countries that do still live in the Hays Code days, which says,
But
oh,
that's the
men have to be a
thing.
certain way, women have to be a certain way, etc. Sorry.
But that's the thing. A lot of these conservative countries, because again, I'm a Muslim and I travel to these countries myself, and I think the only countries that really give issues are Saudi Arabia, Russia, and China. Those are the big three because they actually generate some income. And the funny thing is, Ladybug is very popular in those countries because even though, yeah, women's right is more of a suggestion in those places, they like shows a lot. A lot of shows geared towards girls do really popular. I don't know if you know some Disney shows, but like Doc McStuffin, oh my god,
Oh
it's crazy
yes,
with it. Sophia the
my niece
First,
my niece loves those shows.
they're really popular there. So it's not really that the countries have an issue with like female on screen. Hell, I doubt they even have any problem with like Ladybug and Cat Noir because they love Totally Spies too. Ironically, they love Totally Spies even though they are very scantily clad and everything. What they don't like is like gender politics, ideology. I think things are coming along. Steven Universe used to air in those countries, but the moment the gay wedding happened, everything went off screen. And they don't really stop showing the shows. They will just remove the problematic content and just continue airing it. I did not know that that happened in Africa until like all of a sudden I just saw Steven Universe just stopped airing. because of the gay wedding. So
There
these
was
other
no
countries
way
again, like
around the gay wedding of Steven Universe. In most other countries,
Rebecca knew what she was doing. Apparently, in Russia, what they even did was they changed Ruby to be a man. So
several
what?
countries did
So
that,
so
actually.
whatever they tried to do, so whenever the gay shit came up, they could just say, "Oh, that's a man." But then Rebecca
Put
really
Ruby
said,
in a
"Okay, fine,
dress.
they're gonna get married, and we'll put Ruby in a dress." How
Yes.
about that? So, and here's the
Yeah,
thing:
no, we're gonna just gonna
some
cancel your
places will
show.
actually show that episode, but they will literally just not show the wedding because the diamonds invaded. So they really couldn't skip it. So even though Rebecca did everything she could, the countries still, I don't know, they tried to work around it because again, these shows are really popular and them blocking these shows is more of a net negative to them because you're just losing out on money. So something like Ladybug being scantily clad and jumping all over the screen, it it won't stop it from being aired there. The only thing that maybe won't be aired is when they're about to kiss or their bodies touched for a few episodes because for whatever reason the show has this weird obsession with having like Ladybug and Cat Noir roll around. Maybe they're tied up or something like that.
Yes. Like, you say scantily clad, that would mean, like, there's just so much skin showing. I think, do you mean skin tight? Skin tight clothing?
Yeah, sorry. I mean skin tight, but they still as they still kind of whether it's skin tight or scantily clad, it's almost the same thing to them. But yeah, I do mean skin tight. But ironically, so long as every point of their body is covered, everything is Gucci. I don't know how that works, but go forth. Whatever allows you to continue airing the show, I'm not gonna complain.
Uh, so yeah, you went into our leads. Next, what about some of the other characters who got the miraculous?
God, going into that is gonna be well. Let me see if I can. The main five, if I should say, Marinette's best friend Alia got the Fox Miraculous, and Adrian's best friend Nino got the Turtle Miraculous, and then Alia and Nino started dating, but Nino had a crush on Marinette in season 1 or 2, but then he found out that he liked Alia more, which is a running trend. Every guy had a crush on Marinette at one point. And I'm like, yes, sure. Show us your biases. Whatever. It's so weird to think about. Hell, even the Kim that bullied her, that pretended, that the person that caused her trauma, that lied to her that he didn't like her, apparently also liked her at one point. I don't know how this show goes about their rationale, but whatever. He was the only guy in the crew that could be close to being a bully. He got the monkey miraculous. Um, I can't even sit down and start thinking about it. All her girlfriends. There's Alex. There's Milen. There's Rose. There's Julika. Rose and Julika are actually gay, but the show hides it because again they need to be aired in foreign countries, which is something I can respect the show for. They want to be aired in as many places as possible, but they also have queer characters on the cast more than people would know. There's also Mark and Nathaniel. They're also gay, but the show will never say boyfriends or never say partners. But they will have scenes where everyone is sitting with their crush, and you see these two boys sitting together or these two girls sitting together. 2 plus 2.
They're very close.
Yeah, but then you have people in my comments saying, "Oh my god, stop calling them gay. Stop fetishizing them. Oh my god, they're minors." And I'm like, "I am literally reading between the lines." So it gets annoying because you just want the show to come out and say it so people like this can stop denying it. But the moment they say it, everything falls apart.
Yeah. Like, I just find it weird that they will see a gay couple being read as a gay couple and will say, "Oh, we're fetishizing kids," just because just because the two characters are kids. Meanwhile, those same people will likely see a real life boy and girl child just playing in the sandbox, and they will go up to either one of those children and go, "Ew, look at you and your future husband," or "Look at you and your future wife." I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen more times than I
You don't
can
even need to
count.
You don't even need to go that far. Literally in the show, you come and tell me, "Oh, stop putting these two boys together. They're minors. Stop putting these two girls together. They're best friends." Why are you drawing a Venn diagram of Marinette and Adrian then? I thought they were just kids. We're not supposed to ship them. Why are you shipping Marinette and Adrian and not these two characters? Stop being a hypocrite.
The double standards.
The thing was that in the for the girls I prefer to call them sapphic instead of lesbian, because one of the girls had a crush on a prince, was just visiting, and she had a crush on the prince, very obvious, and they called it a crush. But then in later episodes you see her pining for her best friend anytime her best friend gets akumatized, which is the thing that happens in the show. How the villain also has a miraculous. I don't know how I skipped over that part. He has one of the jewels that the hero has, but he uses it for evil, in which he corrupts your emotions and he turns you into a supervillain. So whenever one of the gay girls gets turned, her best friend Rose will literally pine for her, telling her, "You're my best friend, you're this, you're that." There was one episode where they literally used the power of love to break it, but they tried to say, no, it was love in a best friend sense. But the other friend never called her a best friend, but still like affirmed her love for her. But people are saying, well, she can't be gay, she liked a boy before. And I'm like, oh, what a concept. Bisexual people don't exist, apparently.
On the one hand,
That was
I
sarcasm
love
for the
that
people.
non-romantic love is getting a spotlight. On the other hand, let queer people just be queer.
It's like there's nothing wrong with her having a crush on a prince and also having a crush on her best friend, and her best friend also loves her but doesn't verbalize it, because again, they will get cancelled. So, and then it's also annoying where people think like, oh, to be gay you can only love the other person, you can't like a boy and a girl, you either like a boy or a girl. And I'm like, no, I hate bi erasure with a burning passion.
Yes, bi erasure is real, Deej. It is very real.
Oh my god. And they were roommates.
History hates lovers.
Yeah, like I said, the show really has a lot of good points going for it, because again, queer representation, a different avenue for the main couple, where it's like, oh, they love each other but they love different aspects of each other, because in the beginning, Marinette likes Adrian but Adrian likes Ladybug. So it's like Adrian doesn't notice Marinette because she's shy and quiet and whatever, but Ladybug is this bold, outspoken superhero, so Adrian really likes that. And Marinette, she just sees Cat Noir as a nuisance, but she really likes Adrian because he's a superstar. And that already shows you the cracks in the relationship, because depending on who's in what outfit, people can like each other. So if Ladybug is in the suit and Adrian is in his civilian disguise, it's just adorable, but also they cannot concentrate. But when you have like Adrian in his suit as Cat Noir and you have Marinette in her civilian outfit, they are just vibes. I love that dynamic because they are seeing each other in their truest forms, but they don't like the other party, because Marinette is Ladybug's true form, but Cat Noir is Adrian's true form, because Adrian is a supermodel, he's a public figure. He puts on a mask for his dad. So Adrian is the character, but Cat Noir is the real person. So again, a lot of different dynamics. That's why you see, oh, two different people can be shipped in different ways. People can ship Cat Noir with Marinette. People can ship Ladybug with Adrian, because it's literally two different personalities.
Let's see. What else? What else? Okay, my mind is thinking back to this one conspiracy with one of the characters in the show about how she was supposedly not whitewashed. No. I'm thinking of two different controversies right now. Oh yeah, the Freedom Miraculous Miss Eagle or Sparrow, and she's meant to be Native American.
Oh, I remember that one.
You
That was a
review?
special. They went to
Oh,
New York, and they the show wanted to have this whole interconnected universe. They want to go Marvel or DC with it, where they have other heroes in other countries. They had a Captain America, Superman, is- I don't know, amalgamation, and they had a Batman ripoff. And ironically, the Batman ripoff and the Captain America ripoff are dating. I love it. But and another thing about the show that I can kind of respect is for the kids, if they're gay, they don't confirm the ships. But they have a lot of adult queer women in the show. There's another one, she's a teacher. Her name is Miss Bustier. We've seen her since episode 1. In season 5, she just got pregnant. And the whole fandom is like, oh my god, who knocked her up? And the show just treated it as, hey, yeah, she's pregnant. And you know how you're in school and you always had that teacher who just suddenly has a baby and you just accept it. Towards the middle of the season, they introduced her partner, which was a woman, and they just treated it like it was nothing. I'm still surprised everyone just glossed over that, but we had bigger problems to worry about. Marinette was finally about to confess to Adrian, so the gay women can wait. So going back to New York, they had this whole sapphic superhero couple have this girl, and she was interacting with Marinette and Adrian, but oh no, there's different types of Miraculous to the ones we have, but they're in different countries. So it's going to be the Miraculous. So she's like the hero of America. So they were like, oh, we will give it to a Native American. And I'm like, I understand the vision. I see the vibes, but the execution and the costume, so bad. We're so not thought out. So they want the Miraculous of America to be a Native American girl. And again,
I get it. I get it. It's better than trying to get. It's better than give it to someone who is several generations of immigrancy removed. So, like,
yeah, I know they don't want to give it to a white person. They don't want to give it to even a
a
black
black
person. But
person.
then, okay, to go to Native American, it's like how do how you
How do
can
you mess this
tell
up?
this is from somebody who isn't American. Again, they're all French, they're all Parisians, but their concept of race is so far removed. You can tell they don't understand the subject matter because they wanted to do they do specials where they go around the world. They did New York, they did Shanghai, they did Paris, which I don't know why you're doing Paris. Your show is based in Paris, but whatever. And they're going to do London in a few days. They were supposed to do one for Africa, which I have been so hyped about. It was one of the first ones that's been announced, but up till now they still haven't done it. And my little crack theory is I hope they didn't. It wasn't because they got so much backlash from the Native American one that they realized, oh, we don't really know much about the cultures we touch on. Because even for Shanghai, Marinette is half Chinese, right? Yeah,
Right.
half Chinese, and they have a character who's also half Japanese. But the show fumbles it so much that sometimes you can't even tell, and sometimes they'll try and name heroes or miraculouses after the places they're from, but it almost becomes stereotypical. Like a character will be named Mirror, or a power will be named Fire. It's so surface level that you can tell that they just did a Google search. And I appreciate the effort, but for the love of God, just get somebody from that country, that ethnicity, that background to help you.
Do one for Africa. Where
Do
in Africa? Cinnamon suggests.
Thank you. Thank you. They have places like New York, Shanghai, Paris, London, but we get Africa. Where? And the problem is they can't even pick one place because is it going to be Nigeria, where I'm from? Good luck. A lot of African places have a lot of instability, a lot of coups, a lot of problems, and also like the religious diversity. There's only two flavors of religion here. You're either Christian or Muslim. There's no in between. And the show has said some things about Muslims where they don't want to put Muslim characters in their show because they're trying to avoid politics, which is weird because the show is based in Paris, which has a very high Muslim rate. So the creator of the show is really not doing himself any favors. So to come to Africa, you where a lot of the people here are our religion is something we wear on our sleeves,
Yes.
like literally.
Mm-hmm.
If you fumble the bag with the interpretation, you will not come out of it alive.
Yes. I'm suddenly thinking to this one TikToker I follow who does live in Nigeria, and people ask her questions like, "Do Africans have water?" And she will film her response like, "No, Africa does not have water." And then in the background, we see little kids playing in the water or drinking water.
Oh, I think I know her. It's really funny because people, when they see my channel, they just baseline assume, oh, you're an American. No, I'm not. Okay, then you're from Jamaica. No. Okay, then where are you from? I'm from Africa. Are you sure? You must still live here, right? I'm like, where here? Because they don't understand how I get the Wi-Fi, how I'm able to upload consistently. Oh my God, I speak so well. I swear to God, if anyone ever says that to me in real life, I am punching you in the throat.
That's pretty much the response. That's pretty much the response I get sometimes when I say that I am Puerto Rican and I am a second generation Puerto Rican immigrant, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you must speak Spanish like so fluently. Your English is so good. And then I get the
Oh my
racial
gosh.
slurs.
Oh my god. Oh, so you're kind of like I don't know if you know this VTuber. Her name is Iron Mouse.
Yes.
She's mainly my introduction to like Puerto Ricans and like the culture and everything. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is good because whenever you go online, meet people from South America as a monolith,
Yep.
and it's like no, there's different versions and flavors, and
There are different
y'all are
countries in
different. You're not the same.
There are different countries in South America. It's not just. And besides, not all of South America speaks Spanish. Brazil, one of the most populated countries, they speak Portuguese. You try to go to
Yeah,
Brazil and you try to speak Spanish, everyone's gonna look at you like, what are you
you get
saying?
laughed out of the country.
Yes, you'll get laughed out of the country.
It's interesting. It's almost like the world is diverse and not everything revolves around America. Who would have thought?
Wow! What a concept. If it's in Egypt, would they
Yeah,
use the
people from
Egyptian
other
gods as a
countries.
basis? I am. Yeah.
Oh, that would
If
be
you'll.
so cool.
Yes.
Oh,
That would be cool. But
to
also, if you name one country in Africa, they're mostly gonna name Egypt. Because it's like the one country that
if
people
I
recognize. Sorry.
if no and ironically people from Egypt, well, I was told this, but then other people kind of told me that's not true, but I was told that people in Egypt do not even identifying as Africans, they prefer identifying as Middle Easterns. But haha, bitch, your country is on this continent, you ain't going anywhere. They're Africans whether you like it or not.
Yep. The Middle East
But
is com- is complicated. You got countries in both Africa and Asia in that
the thing is
area.
that they're geographically speaking they're closer to the Middle East and they also are Arabians, but again,
Yes.
Africa. If they really want to go Africa, they will probably go to South Africa because that's also the one that people know the most. Maybe go to Nairobi or go to Kenya. If they really want to be interesting, go to Ghana. But if you really want to spark controversy, go to Nigeria. Because here's the thing, us Nigerians, we are a different breed. When you talk about us, we can't shut up. So to hear like a mainstream show depicted themselves here, our grandchildren will hear about it.
Your grandchildren's grandchildren will hear about it. Uh,
I mean, Marinette is Chinese and she's the main guardian of the Chinese zodiac. Okay, yeah, that's another thing. The show likes to take different aspects of cultures. So when it came to the New York special, they were trying to set up of, oh, there's this other miraculouses that are based in America, but here's the thing: America doesn't really have a deity system again, outside of Christianity. But
But then
if
we
they go
have
to
those Native
Egypt, they can
American
use.
then we do have these Native American nations that do have their own gods and goddesses and whatnot. But no,
And I feel
I
like
think
that's what they try to tap into.
yeah, I think that's why they went with the Native Americans, so they can go into the whole.
Because there was this guardian that was also Native American that went to the girl and they were like, oh, they're more like you. But then it's like, okay, what are they? Again, the whole concept just got dropped out of nowhere because it almost felt like, okay, we're going to see more Native American deities. They're going to be portrayed, but then again, nothing. Now, if they went to Egypt, they can use Egyptian gods. But here's the thing: when you keep taking from other people's cultures, you run into the problem where you are taking from someone's religion. Like you can go to North and try and do that, or you can go to the pantheon of the Olympian gods and all that stuff. But there's only so much you can take because again the Chinese zodiac is almost so far removed from it because you have pig, goat, and everything. But here's the thing: ladybug and cat noir, it's a ladybug and a black cat. Those are not on the Chinese zodiac. But you
From
won't
what I
see people up
understand,
in
the
arms in
cat was
Asia
meant to
saying
be a
you
part of
ruined
the
our
Chinese
culture.
zodiac, but then the rat betrayed the cat, and then the cat drowned
The what?
during the race.
I remember that story. But I can't remember the miracle box off the top of my head. But I think it was, you said a cat, a rat. There's even one.
Cat, a rat, and I
There's
think the
also
ox.
there's a cat in there. Well, there's a panther, but there's another feline in the box. I think there's even two if I think about it. There's an ox. There's a rooster.
And turtle were part of the Chinese zodiac race. No.
Yeah, so that's, and there's a bee. Okay, because you ruined the Chinese zodiac, harump. I'm sure there's some people who are like that, but when you go to other cultures, it's not as that teenagers will wear and transform into heroes, and it's like, no, you can do that for the Chinese zodiac. You can't do that here. Every hero is a theme, and I guess it's also like the New York one. The animal for the jewel is an eagle, but you give the eagle to a Native American, but the eagle is more of a symbol of America than Native Americans. But then again, I don't know. I don't want to speak on anyone's behalf.
Yeah,
But now if you come to
America. Let's
Africa,
see. Yeah, the eagle is meant to be America's official bird. Then again, it was. Then again, it could have been the turkey. One of our founding fathers wanted our official bird to be the turkey.
oh god, based. Tiger. Oh yeah. The hero was a tiger. But the thing is, if they come to Africa, just stick to a lion. I know it's played out. I know it's so stereotypical and not everywhere in Africa has a lion, but don't come here and try and do a Chinese zodiac or an African zodiac or something. You are gonna tread on someone's religion and somebody is gonna come after you. Because again, people take their spirituality here to an ungodly level.
Excuse me. Bum. What else? What about jackal or scarab? Do you, what do you think?
Again, if they go to Egypt, they've basically bastardized the Egyptian gods. They've been used in every interpretation and depiction that I don't even think Egyptians care anymore. So you could take all of, and they don't worship them anymore in current day because most of Egypt is like Muslim, so they don't really care what you do with the pagan gods of old. But again, there are some people, even though they don't worship it, they still take the culture seriously. And if Thomas were to come in and just say, okay, I think there's even shows where, yeah, the Egyptian gods were jewels and you can summon them. I can't remember the show right now, but I used to watch it as a kid. There were like four of them and they came into the modern time and there was this kid. Oh my God, that just unlocked so many memories. So he could do that. But then again, Egyptians like to view themselves more as Arabians than Africans. So you're gonna have to. I think maybe that's why he just dropped Africa because it was like, this is too complicated. I just wanted a place with black people. Why is this continent so complicated? It's almost like Africa isn't just where black people are from. Who would have thought?
Who'd have thunk it? What else? What else about this show? Oh, apparently season 6 is going to be coming soon-ish?
Yeah, that's where all the hype is right now. Everyone is like, season six, season six. Oh my God, season six. And it's like, yeah, I told myself I'd jump ship from the season. I promised myself after season five, Marinette and Adrian finally got together, but there was so much crap that happened along the way. So many lies. Adrian's dad got defeated, but Adrian doesn't know. Uh, God, I can't even get into it because I'd say it's spoilers, but I confuse you more than anything. So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, Marinette and Adrian are together. I am happy. I can die happy. I'm gonna leave the show. I've had friends, other YouTubers who are like, I am abandoning my channel now that Marinette and Adrian are together. And I'm like, I respect that. But then season six just had to happen, and my fans are like, if you don't talk about the show, we will riot.
Oh no. Suddenly I am reminded of the backlash I got in my server when I basically said I'm not going to be doing any more My Little Pony content. Like, how dare how dare
Oh.
you? You built your
Well,
channel
was it
on
because of the new
bronies.
ponies?
No, no, I left the fandom even before the series ended because of fandom drama.
Oh.
Yeah, but still, uh, I I said in my server that I was not going to be doing any Brony content, and there were people in there who were like, "How dare you?" And then I became vocal against
I
bronies.
Here's the thing. Don't tell people you will stop. Just become an auntie. And then they will want you to stop. Because I think that's kind of what happened. I just stopped being so pro the show. I almost became a miraculous hater at a point that if I had dropped the show, people wouldn't mind. But then season five happened and I loved it. And they were like, okay, let's go. Because by the end of season four, I became such a hater. People were literally wishing death on me. And even my mom, that one still surprised me. Like,
Oh
hello,
no!
keep the death threats to me. Don't include my family in this. I already lost my dad. My dad is already 6 feet under. So please
Oh,
leave my mom out of this.
oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine, but it's so weird to me that people can get so attached by something that a random YouTuber saying they don't like something can make you so vitriolically angry to just say, you know what? Die. Okay, chill. It's just a show.
Exactly. It's just a show. Like, people who try to build their entire identities based on a show, and then their YouTube watch is just people who watch that show, and then the YouTuber decides, I want to cover something else, and you wish vitriol on them. Don't do that. If a creator says they want to move on
The
to something else, let them. It's their channel.
The thing is that people don't understand is when you talk about one show and one show only, you are hurting your channel more than anything. The amount
Mm-hmm.
of channels I've seen that maybe only talk about Steven Universe or only talk about Gravity Falls, they are legitimately unable to continue functioning as channels now because that's all the algorithm knows. And if they make videos on other things, nobody will see it. The algorithm will be confused. They don't even know who to promote it to. That's why I've always been one to diversify, if you will. I always have two main shows I talk about at any given point in time. I don't like zeroing in on one topic because I get bored very easily. The ADHD is ADHD. So when I started my channel, it was a Gravity Falls Steven Universe channel. Then Steven Universe became really popular. Then Gravity Falls ended, and then Star Versus happened for a bit. It ended, and then Miraculous came, and Miraculous outshined Steven Universe. Steven Universe ended. Miraculous almost became my mainstay, but then Hello Boss and Has Been Hotel happened. So I always make sure I have two shows I talk about, and I always review other things or live react to other things because you can't only watch one thing. Even as a human being, that gets boring. So I've never tried to cultivate just one fandom where my fans will go, okay, don't talk about anything else, only this one thing. You cannot. You have no power here. What made you think this is a democracy? This is a dictatorship. My will is law.
Yeah, so yeah, only covering brony content where honestly I wanted to cover song content as well, but only doing the brony content for my first years actually making YouTube videos was a mistake. So now when I do other
I
content, I get like hardly any views.
Here's the thing, YouTube is very fickle. If you really want to gain momentum in anything, you need to make, I forgot if it was 10 or 20 videos on a topic. So just sit down and bulldoze through those topics and you'll be fine. But I also think I made brony content. If you search Pony on my channel, you probably get two or three videos. They did decent. I really wanted to break out into. I even made a pony zone and everything. I wrote lists and videos about it, but I never got around to it. And then all of a sudden, the show ended, and I was like, "Well, that's it for this." But I still like to tweet about it every now and then, and I get like a lot of likes on my brony tweets, and I'm like, "This fandom is still alive and kicking."
Why won't it die? That's my response. Why won't it die?
I'm so surprised because I joined the fandom, I think, after Twilight became a princess or something.
Yeah, after
But then again,
that.
I remember vividly hearing horror stories about, oh, bronies, oh, it's these grown men who like this show and whatever. I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But then I got told, no, these people are dangerous. Stay away from them. So I kept watching the show secretly because in my mind I didn't want to attract the bronies to my channel because it would ruin everything. And I really regret that mindset.
Honestly, I will say is those people were right. Being like neck
So you
deep in
think
brony
I did the
drama,
right
they were
call?
right.
Oh, so you're saying, oh, I did the right thing by
You
just
did the right thing.
being a closeted brony. Oh no.
Yeah. You did not want to be around for many of the PDF file scandals
Oof.
in the latter half of the decade.
I think I started hearing that like a year ago. I said, "Wait, what?" Because when I was watching the fandom, again, people were like, don't look up any videos online. Do not go into the community. Just watch the episodes and bounce." And that's literally what I did. I would just watch an episode and go. I wouldn't even look up reviews or what people thought about it till the finale. And that's when I realized, "Oh my god, this fandom was insane."
Yep. There have been petitions to get G5 cancelled in order for more G4 content.
Oh my goodness. Here's the thing. I think I won't say the show ended early, but it did feel like more could have been explored. But I'm just sad about the shipping. Why weren't there more shipping in the show? But that's just me. I'm always a shipper.
I'm honestly same. Same, I am a shipper too at heart.
Because I was like, oh, we Twilight never got a partner, or I wanted to see more with Fluttershy and Discord. Well, we got enough, but
Yeah.
more, dang it! And then
Yes.
the last episode they confirmed. Oh my God, who was it? Applejack and
Applejack and Rainbow
Rarity, I
Dash.
believe. I confused them.
Applejack and Rainbow
Rainbow
Dash.
Dash.
Rainbow Dash. Yes.
I was like, where in God's name did this come from? It was so out of left field. I still confuse which one got confirmed. I think Rarity and Twilight didn't have partners, but Pinkie Pie ended up with
With Cheese Sandwich, and they have a
what's his
child.
name? ice cream sandwich.
Cheese
Yes,
Sandwich, the
yes.
one played by Weird Al.
I'm like, why couldn't we explore these relationships? I know friendship is magic, but I want to see ships.
Yes, but then again, 9 seasons. We've had more than enough.
Yeah, why did we waffle?
I don't know.
Why did we waffle? Towards the end, we could have ditched. There was this whole plot. Oh yeah, this character got a lot of attention towards the end. I really didn't get it. What's her name? What's her name? The
St-
Twilight knockoff. I'm sorry.
Starlight Glimmer.
Thank you. I did not understand how she started getting so much prominence towards the end. You'd think she was going to be the de facto main character, and then they started going into her with her own friend, and then the school and everything. I'm like, okay, this is interesting, but where is this going?
At
Oh,
the
she's going to
very
take
least,
over
MLB
Twilight's
had an
school.
excuse. They are a buy our toys show first and foremost.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I
Everything they
forget
do
the
is to
almighty
sell
toy
toys.
sales. And well, going back even to the main prompt of the show, Miraculous, I don't see a lot of Miraculous toys, or maybe that's where I am, but also a lot of Miraculous toys are funneling their way down here. Like I'm seeing a lot of Ladybug dolls. But again, no cat, no war, but what did I expect?
I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look up if there are miraculous toys, cause I'm in
Right
America,
now, the
so
toy economy has changed. The toy economy has changed. Before, a lot of shows were produced so you could sell toys, but now I think there's like streaming is where it's at. So shows are being produced to be put on streaming services to get people to subscribe. So shows now no longer have to cater to that. Oh, buy our plushies, buy our this, buy our that, which I think is nice. But
yeah,
even if you look at like Hell of a Boss, merchandise still reigns supreme because with every episode that drops, they have a merch drop, so selling products is a good model to continue funding your show because they're not gonna get any YouTube AdSense. Hell of a Boss is too raunchy for that.
right.
So I do respect shows who sell merch, but the bronies, they went a little too hard with their marketability. Like
Yeah.
everything was just buy first, story later. And they stretched out the story so much that they're like, you know what, let's just start it all over. Okay, let's see how that goes for you.
Yes. Because I mean, it's. I mean, again, it's a toy brand. They're gonna have different generations of media centered around their toys. So that makes sense. Oh yeah, speaking of, Miraculous does have toys, and they have costumes.
Oh, nice. Oh no. Well, I guess I can't complain. Like, look what's happening with Monsters High. They keep getting rebooted every few years. I was even asking my fans, like, I want to get into Monsters High, but I have no idea how to do so. I don't know what generation to get into.
I
Things keep getting
could try to
rebooted.
help. I'm not that big into Monster High anymore, but the web series isn't a bad place to start. The web
Yeah, yeah.
series,
A lot of people
yeah,
say some people say watch everything. Others are like, oh, ignore the newer stuff and only watch the web series.
yeah. Bum 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 bum. I have not watched anything of Gen 3 Monster High yet. For I'm I'm hoping to try to just make it an event in my server this year, but
Ooh,
but I'm gonna wait until it's confirmed whether we're getting a third Monster High G3 movie or not.
oh, that's nice. I also wanted to get into Descendants. Does this one Ever After High? I confuse the two of them so much. But
Descendants
again,
is
a lot
Disney.
of
Ever
things
After
are
High is
so
Mattel. I'm
story
sorry.
time, some things.
Sorry, you got cut off.
Oh, I said, aren't they both based on like stories like, um story
The
time characters?
Yeah. Then again,
Both
Descendants
both
is
Ever After
mainly
High.
focusing on the Disney versions of those fairy tales, the Disney tellings of those fairy tales, where Ever After High is more, it's more generalized.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Huh. That's interesting because I was just like, okay, they both air on Disney and they're both fairy tale based, and a lot of the character designs for like the animated versions almost look the same. So I'm like, I am confused. I think
Okay, now
Descendants
I'm
had a 2D
confused.
version.
Like,
I
did
want
Ever
3D.
After High air it on Disney in Nigeria? Because it aired
That's right as
Nickelodeon
well.
here.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, Nickelodeon. It aired
Oh,
Nickelodeon here.
it's on Disney here. Nickelodeon is so weird because again, Miraculous started airing on Nickelodeon and then moved to Disney. But I think again that's a here thing because there's different branches. Again, maybe here Disney because Disney Africa is a different monolith entirely. So maybe over here they have the rights to Ever After High, but Nickelodeon again, Nickelodeon also in Africa doesn't. Everything is just regional and it's so weird.
Yeah. Again, I'd be more than happy to try to catch you up to speed on both Monster High and Ever After High.
Oh, I'd love that. I love that. I always want to do watch alongs and stuff, but just never the time. Because even right now, as I'm talking to you, it is the dead of night. Everyone is asleep, and I'm sure like two of my neighbors are pissed at me, like, what is she yapping about?
I'm
Because I just want to go to.
sorry.
I haven't even eaten dinner yet, but I was like, no, this takes precedence.
It is like, is what? Like, is it like a quarter past 10? 10 o'clock where you are?
Yeah, yeah, 7:22.
7:20. 7:22.
Oh shit, sorry, 10:17. I can't read.
No problem. Dyslexia, am I
Um, and the
right?
and the power went out, so it's extra quiet right now.
Aw.
It sucks to be in a country without stable electricity, but what you gonna do? At least we have power. Because some people are like, how do you get electricity in your trees? Oh
In
no.
your
I can,
trees!
yeah. Sometimes when people say things, I'm like, I understand your wonder, but I also don't understand how I get electricity. If I ask you how you get electricity, can you tell me?
No, I cannot.
So yeah,
But I
it's the
can
same
tell
thing.
you
You
that
just have
here in
it.
America, but I can tell you that here in Ohio that there are people who are eating dogs and cats.
Oh
I
no.
say this as a
Oh.
joke. I say this as a joke, but this is something literally one of the people trying to run our country starting next year has said about black people, black immigrants specifically in my state. You ain't even from
I
here, dude.
I really used to want to move to America so much. I remember that so vividly. But then the Orange Man became president, and all that hope and ideals just went down the drain.
Yeah, don't come
Now
to
I have friends saying, "Hey,
America.
TVC, do you still
Come
plan on
to
maybe moving
visit,
here
but
one
don't
day?" I'm
come
like,
to
"Nope."
stay.
Yeah, no. A lot of my friends moved there after like college, maybe their masters. They moved there, maybe, get and start schools or get jobs and they want to like assimilate, but they went there before all this madness and now a lot of them want to run back, but they've already
Oh,
been there for so long. I
yeah.
had one friend who went to Canada, so she's just happy she won the lottery. She
She
went to
won
the
the
right
lottery.
country.
Which is, oh yeah, this is especially bad because my county in particular has a large, does have a large black population, and everyone here is just very friendly. It's the white people who have a problem with them.
White people. I say that with love. All the white people in my community are so lovely. I even have conservatives in my fans, and I'm like, okay, because of what I hear from conservatives, but they're so lovely. They're lovely people. I like the fact that I don't have the jackasses in my comments.
Ugh, I had to kick some of them out.
Yeah, it's very
Maybe when
hard
the
to
orange
just be
idiot
around
is
those type
no
of
longer a
people.
wild. Yeah, maybe when the orange idiot is no longer a wild DJ. Maybe.
Well, I can't say we, I'm not American, but Americans, y'all need I pray, I beg you all need to make sure he doesn't get into office, because if he doesn't win this election, that's it. He cannot run again because again he's so old. We're not even sure if we'll make it to the next election. So please do whatever you can to make sure he doesn't win this one, please.
Uh, as much as I don't want to vote for Kamala Harris, she is the only chance of making sure we don't get another 4 years of Trump.
Yeah, because what happened was people didn't want to vote for Hillary, and they're like, okay, how bad can this other person be? Really bad. In fact, it was so ungodly bad. So now it's like, yes, with everything that's happening, especially in Gaza and now Lebanon, I understand not wanting to even
Yeah.
put your name on a ballot or whatever,
Here's the
but
thing, though.
we
Here's the thing,
need.
though. Hillary won the popular vote. It's just that those popular votes were in the wrong states, essentially.
Yeah, I think it's like the Electoral College.
Oh
But
yeah,
from what I heard, a Democrat has won the popular vote since the 2000s. They have never lost it.
they have never lost a popular vote since the 2000s, and yet, with
I,
the Electoral
but
College,
here's the thing.
there is a possibility of losing the popular
But
vote by 77%, and yet you can still win the election if you go for the correct states.
but here's the thing with how much hype we got from like Biden being switched out and Kamala joining. Kamala, sorry, I can't pronounce her name sometimes.
It's okay.
I do believe that the orange man is gonna get mollywopped, and I hope and pray I want to see him get beaten by a black woman so badly.
Yes. Wait a minute, weren't we talking about Miraculous?
Nah, that ship has sailed.
I normally don't go into I normally don't go into politics, but because that has started fights in my server, because people like to pretend that, oh, transphobia and racism, that ain't a real thing.
Here's the thing. I can say whatever I want. I'm not American. This stuff doesn't affect me. So y'all can't stop me from talking. I literally can't vote. So what I say is inconsequential. You can't stop me from saying it. I thought y'all were the country of free speech.
Yeah, even though in actuality they care more about their Second Amendment rights than their First Amendment rights.
Bro. So yeah, I cannot wait for this November. I don't know if I'll probably even live stream the whole thing. I keep telling myself, okay, don't do it. I'm like, no, it'll be fun. Bring popcorn.
Yeah, I might be moving in
Lucky you.
in the
I'm sorry,
in the
Aaron.
following months. I'm sorry, Aaron. I might be moving sometime in the following month, so if I vote, it's gonna have to be via absentee ballot. And
Oh
not,
no.
and I know people are wanting to try to take that away to make voting less accessible.
And it's always taking away the rights. Why aren't we trying to make things easier? We're just trying to make it more difficult because you want to win through any means necessary.
I
Who would have
thought you wanted to
thought?
make America great again. What's great about trying to take away rights from people who aren't cishet white wasps of men?
It's honestly tiring having to constantly fight, or like defend your right to things. You should just have them. You shouldn't have to explain why. Hell, when Kamala got put on the ticket, she had to start explaining her heritage. Is she Indian? Is she black? My guy, people can be both.
Yes!
It's not it's not a black and white thing like your alleged perception of gender.
Something
People can
some
be more than one things. We are
Suddenly I'm reminded
biological
that people demanded to
organisms.
see Barack Obama's birth certificate.
It's it's frustrating, but then again, I just want the win out of sheer spite. Because some people are like, oh, this is a spiritual win for Hillary. Kamala is doing it for Hillary. I'm like, no, I don't care about that. I just want to see this guy lose for no other reason because he is way too egotistical. He needs to be put down a peg. People don't care about you as much as you think. And again, that's coming from someone that's not even from the country. So only God knows how Americans feel about him.
Holy shit, I have more viewers on TikTok than I do on YouTube and Twitch combined.
Oh God, how much is on TikTok and Twitch? We didn't even. Oh, I'm mostly just looking at YouTube. Screenshots. Send
Um,
screenshots.
it says on TikTok, on my TikTok live stream, I have a total of 132 viewers.
Oh, hello. Sorry, we did not know you were there.
I'm sorry. Uh, anyway,
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Or how does it go on TikTok? You
just
heart,
just
you
hit
follow.
yeah, just hit that like button and press the little plus button to follow.
Yeah, and Twitch, if people are there anyway, sub. I think it's Subtober or something. Send some subs.
Yes,
Even you too, YouTube
especially
memberships.
since
Go.
on Twitch subs mean money. Anyway, if there is nothing left to talk about regarding Miraculous, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I am holding on by a thread. It's because my body is like sleep, and it's like, no, you need to eat. No, but sleep.
Yeah, go have some dinner. Go get some sleep.
Yo, sleep first, dinner later.
It was really again, it was really nice having you here, and it was nice having our Miraculous stream be half about Miraculous and half about something else.
This is just me. I apologize.
No
Well, I apologize for
problem.
nothing. I cannot stick to one topic, and I think maybe that's why there's a lot of people on TikTok because there's a lot of Miraculous fans there. Next stream, we will talk about ponies. I'll force her to talk about My Little Pony with me.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Again, it was nice having you here. Go get some sleep and food or whatever.
Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun. I'd really love to do this again. And thank you all for watching. Have a great day wherever you are. Drink some water and know you are loved. So